When I was young, it seemed to me the whole wide world would soon be free. But communism is on the rise, and Satan has a new disguise. Be careful of the commie lies, swallow them and freedom dies. The USA must realize that she's the biggest prize. Why be surprised when they retreat? Their major weapon is deceit. When will we learn? Alas, alack, it's 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. Be careful of the commie lies, swallow them and freedom dies. The USA must realize that she's the biggest prize. To find them is an awesome task. They always wear a different mask, but knowledge rips the mask away, and free forevermore we'll stay. We'll expose the commie lies, and truth throughout the world will rise. With evil we'll not compromise. The truth shall keep us free. The truth shall keep us free.
Dude, anti-commie folk, you gotta love it.
The communists as termites work in darkness underground, impelled by some dark motive, a conspiracy profound. With fanatic dedication, they work while others sleep, until the structure totters and collapses in a heap. Their strength is in their patience, a little at a time. Who'd think so small an insect could cause so great a crime? Because their work is hidden, some say they don't exist, while others write the danger, quite heedless of their list. So blissfully indifferent, as blind can be, they welcome grim disaster and embrace catastrophe, as the snake ensnares the rabbit in some hypnotic bloom. Some subtle soul paralysis draws millions to their doom. With arrogant assurance, this challenge they have hurled, that no one can prevent them from conquering the world, in nation after nation, and here within our own. These hidden termites labor till the country's overthrown. They hide their devilish purpose with trickery and wiles. They mask their murderous malice with innocence and smiles. Disregard this hidden danger, neglect this plague today, and some tomorrow morning your world will melt away. We
all our glory.
We loved and lauded him with words sublime.
Words sublime.
But now they tell us he was vile and gory.
Vile and gory.
And indulged in every type of vice and crime.
Vice and crime.
Our attitude we change with strict obedience.
Strict obedience.
When the party line declares it must be done, taking one consideration with another.
With another.
Our comrade's lot is not a happy one. Ah, when our communistic duties to be done, a comrade's lot is not a happy one.
Happy one.
When the workman feels secure in his employment, his ears are tightly closed to every plea.
Every plea.
He listens not to all our provocation, and spurns the role conferred by history. The class war has no place in his affection. He won't revolt, as Marx said, must be done. Taking one consideration with another. Our comrade's lot is not a happy one. Ah, when our agitation duties to be done, a comrade's lot is not a happy one.
Happy one.
Oh, it's plain to see the boss has got his problems. We'd have no jobs without his careful plans. His capacity for winning our affection is just as great as any working man's. All feeling we with difficulty smother when our communistic duties to be done. Taking one consideration with another. Our comrade's lot is not a happy one. Oh, when our liquidation duties to be done, our comrade's lot is not a happy one.
That bass, though.
I'm just a poor left-winger, befuddled, bewildered, forlorn, duped by a bearded singer, peddling his communist corn. In the cafe espresso, sounds of guitars could be heard, wanging a plaintive folk song, spreading the communist word. Hair hung around his shoulders, and sandals were on his feet. His shirt tail was ragged and dirty, making the picture complete. I followed him off to college, the man that I came to adore, where student demonstrations blocked every classroom door. We led the march on the White House and forced the cops to come in. We claimed each one was brutal as we kicked him in the shin. It was all so intellectual, what glorious tales I was told of history's certain progress into the communist fold. I fell for those empty falsehoods, but now I know full well those little words on the posters were all that he could spell. Those dialectic phrases made a marvelous field, but hidden behind that beard beat the heart of a frustrated heel. Now all my illusions are shattered about the man I admired. I'm just a poor left-winger, befuddled, bewildered, and tired.
Sing it, sister. Dude, you gotta love based folk music from Janet Green. I'm really glad I found that because, you know, a long time ago I believed that the right didn't really have jams, but it turns out we have better jams. But anyway, let's go over some fucking crazy stuff. Like this, of course. Another race hoax? Let me know if you can hear me in the chat, by the way. Fairly decently. Pretty sure you can. Criminals who targeted auto shop with white supremacist graffiti turn out to be 2 Blakes. Yeah, there's the camera footage. The criminals who repeatedly targeted auto shop in Spring Lake, North Carolina, by leaving racist graffiti referencing the KKK and Nazis turned out to be 2 Blake men after the owner caught them on camera. Business owner Dwayne Hainsworth, who's Blake, took action after having a car stolen off his lot and then discovering the racist graffiti, which included drawing of a swastika. That's appropriating, like, East Asian culture, you waithists. Anyway, after setting up the security cameras that same night, the criminals returned and broke into more vehicles before smashing windows and attempting to hotwire one of the cars. Yeah, carjacking, car shopping, that sort of thing is... You really only have to deal with that when you're dealing with diversity, you know. Wonderful diversity that shitlibs vote for and then move away from when they get it. You know, let's just check out some of this footage. Story here.
24 hours after a business owner installed security cameras, vandals returned to this auto repair shop to do even more damage, but now they're on camera. You can see the 2 men going through vehicles here. WRAL's Gilbert Bays broke this story yesterday. He joins us live at the business in Spring Lake with this new development. Gilbert?
Hey, Lena, you know, photojournalist Mike Joyner and I were here yesterday when those cameras were being installed, and they captured those 2 individuals standing right about here. And it shows them going into this vehicle and kind of rummaging through here. And then let me take you down here because they also went into this vehicle over here. And the footage shows them pulling this up as well and going through the back of this vehicle right here. The only thing this time around, though, they didn't know that they were being recorded.
So that's when they first walked up. See?
The owner of this auto repair shop at Spring Lake says this is video of a crime in progress. Thomas Hainsworth put up security cameras yesterday. He says for the past 3 weekends, someone has been vandalizing vehicles at his lot on Highway 210. Last night, the cameras caught 2 men rummaging through several vehicles. The owner thinks they were trying to steal cars.
Seems like they were trying to, same with this vehicle
Car shopping.
They were trying to hotwire it or something, because you see them looking on their phone, probably trying to find YouTube of how to crank the vehicle. But this, like I said, this one don't crank, that one does. But I guess they couldn't figure out how to do it.
The owner thinks this handsaw and tire tool were used to break glass and scratch car windshields. The graffiti we showed yesterday is still on vehicles, but this is new damage from last night. The owner says the two men smashed the driver's side window of this Honda and punched a hole in the back window of this Infiniti. Both vehicles were previously damaged. The investigation and this new video are now in the hands of the Spring Lake Police Department. And the investigators came out last night, and this could have been some of the evidence right here. We're told that this was inside one of the vehicles.
Yeah, that's evidence. That evidence racist, though.
And the individuals were seen on camera actually smoking this blunt right here.
Yeah, blunt.
Spring Lake Police didn't take this. They did go around and look at some of the vehicles, but we're also told that they did not take any fingerprints on any of the vehicles out here. Lena, coming up at 5:45, we're going to tell you exactly what the police chief in Spring Lake said about why they did not take the fingerprints.
Why didn't they take the fingerprints, Kitty? So what? I mean, excuse me. Like, why? I mean, so they came through and tried to put a fake swastika on this person's business and then came back. Like, what? They didn't get the result they wanted and came back and did some car shopping, carjacking? Like, what kind of... And then the fucking black and mild left as the evidence. It's just like lots of different, the fingerprints, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Lots of check boxes are getting checked here. Anyway, have you guys seen this before? I saw this video and cracked I cracked up immensely. Holding a Bleak Lives Matter sign in America's most racist town. Apparently the KKK are partying here a lot.
Harrison, Arkansas is the most racist town in the United States.
Have a little pride in the race, brother!
Based.
What pride, worldwide!
Yo,
I want to say after dark, man.
Honestly, dude, you have balls of steel because you could get hospitalized by some guys that want to beat your ass.
Yeah, right.
Several old men come by here, look out the window and tell me, says, you better go tell that nigger to get out of here.
Whoa, optics check. Yeah, no, I think as far as like the danger factor, like, okay, obviously you'd be way more in danger if you were a white dude with a White Lives Matter sign in the hood. Obviously, you'd be way more in danger under those circumstances. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? It's so self-evident. But apparently this video was a hit, as you can see. Like, it didn't get ratioed. This person, like, apparently this resonated with some people. Like, see, let's look at the worst this guy experiences.
About 10 minutes, I'm going to be back. You better be fucking gone.
Okay, come back.
One that's white line.
Based.
We matter too.
Based.
You're a white man. Crazy.
You're a dumbass motherfucker.
Wait, did they actually say that? I think they said crazy. Let's rewind. I don't know, man. I could be risking getting fucking showed off the fucking YouTubes.
You dumb shit.
I'm just gonna go with they said crazy instead of the big K.
Are you a Marxist?
Communist. Terrorist.
Yep.
Why don't you take it to Chicago or New York or cold enough
Yep.
where they're shooting each other?
Yep.
Explain to me why.
Wait. So what's his rebuttal to that? What's his rebuttal to that? So we're supposed to just like see that and self-evidently think that what she's saying is just absurd? Is that what it is?
Terrorist. Why don't you take it to Chicago or New York or cold enough where they're shooting each other? Explain to me
Right. Why? So why is that controversial?
why Coop 5 bags.
Real fucking job.
Why Jesus?
Get your ass out of town.
Based.
That shit don't make shit here.
Based.
All lives matter, not just black.
Based.
You're Caucasian.
You're white.
You look like a white guy holding a black sign. What's the deal with that?
That's amazing. Like they all have a very they do all have a very based view of this. It's like you are a white looking dude holding that, and well, we obviously don't know what small hat tribe he may or may not be a member of, but like it's amazing that you would do that. It's amazing that you'd think that way. You know what I mean? Like it's
I'd be ashamed
based.
to be a white boy carrying that stupid sign.
You're white, aren't you? Oh, boy. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. Hey, you saying something too?
Yes, sir.
I am good.
Because I'm tired of seeing this right here is the biggest hoax there ever was.
Yep.
It's just the next thing to ask.
Yep. Yeah, dude. I mean, they're like Yeah, they're like Hamas, practically. Fuck it, dude. I mean, they're Hamas, ISIS, whatever, man. Antifa, they're all, like, similarly radical and psycho. I mean, and if we give these people enough power, we better watch out. Similarly, and it is the biggest hoax that ever was. It is a bankster-financed, corporate-financed extortion racket, like street thuggery. Like, we all know what it is. They terrorize people and extort businesses, extort people in the night and then in broad daylight with the backing of the media and many an elected official and the would-be elected officials that would be opposing it. I mean, the GOP, they're fucks, you know? It is the biggest hoax that ever was, for sure.
It is. Yeah, black lives do matter, but what about ours, man?
Based.
Apparently black people's lives matter more than us.
Oh, based. Look at this based chica right here. Damn, that's awesome.
Apparently. You know the Irish had...
Wait, you know the Irish had? Is that supposed to be the Irish had slaves kind of thing? Just foul.
Hey, Mike.
Okay, that was a little...
How's your day going?
Optics wanting.
Walmart, they put out this statement.
Cucks.
I would ask you to leave. Exactly what I'm saying is exactly what they would ask me to do.
Oh, it was cuck note. I saw this before. Ignore the haters. You're being peaceful. What you're doing is good. Just a friendly reminder. Don't give up hope. So the implication is that this person's in such danger having this opinion in this town that this person has to write it on a napkin and hand it to the dude, like, in confidence. Yeah, okay. Likely story. Once again, white dude of the White Lives Matter in the hood versus this. Who's gonna have more of a tough time? You might as well be Bruce Willis in, what was it, like, Die Hard 4, where a dude had to hold the sandwich board that said F-Ns, F-N-words in the hood. Yeah, you might as well, you know. It doesn't even have to be the same. That note is so fake, says Dead by Daylight Rants. Yeah, probably staged. Staged or just overhyped, like over-dramatic fake, you know. No, I have not checked out the YouTube channel called Mr. Porter. What's that all about? How based are Polacks? Okay, I happen to be Polish myself, so watch this shit if it loads. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Did they take it down? Dude, that would be such a buzzkill. Nope, they didn't. Wait. No. Fuck. Sorry about that.
Manifest our own model, which we feel is right.
Ale pani ma ten. Ale to prowokacja. Proszę, odejdź to naokoło. Nie tędy. Pani prowokuje. Ale to pani się umówi tam.
Not two men who say they love each other and they romantically are involved with each other. I'm not hiding in my own apartment, being afraid of. There is a.
Seksualiści wielokrotnie częściej molestują dzieci, aby je gwałcić, promują w szkołach seks edukacji.
Dude, I mean, I'm in Dahmer country, so, I mean, it's like, I cringe anytime somebody uses the word homophobia, dude. Like, a little bit of homophobia would have saved the lives of those 17 young men, dude, or whatever it was. However many it was.
Jako i my odpuszczamy naszym winowajcom. I nie daj im czapkę, jak podrytce mówią! Daj im czapkę, jak podrytce mówią! Daj im czapkę, jak podrytce!
Yo, best.
Kurwa, ploś na dziadów, kurwa!
I'm a louse.
Pali się! Kurwa, pali się! Pali się! Pali się!
Yo. I want that sort of reaction for every BLM agitation in America from here on out. This is my dream, okay? Any sort of BLM riot or agitation or, like, drag queen story time or LGBT with kids sort of organization, demonstration, like, I want this exact fucking response. Dude, awesome.
Co wy bronicie? Się skrew! Wiecie o co oni dbają? Oni chcą, żeby najpierw wasze dzieci w wieku 4 lat uczyły się o masturbacji, potem będą dbali...
Yeah, they want to introduce, like, fetishism education in schools. I think they already have. Like, they're already incorporating, like, creepazoid, like... The kind of stuff that, you know, like, hipsters in their late 20s that hang out at dive bars concern themselves with. You know what I mean? Like, dildo and, like, piss play or whatever. Like, they're literally putting that stuff in textbooks for kids and calling it sex education. So it's not like... Dude, seriously, it's not like anybody that opposes is even fucking conservative at this point. It's just like, if you're normal, you're getting called right-wing. You know what I mean? Like, everything is so progressive and insane these days. Speaking of which, I didn't see this shit, honestly. I thought that I was fairly hip to this sort of, just knowing about this kind of crap. Being privy to this shite. Crafter offers Bitty Bug Soft Packer crochet penis pattern for young trans and non-binary children. Okay, this is something that is peak Weimar level shit, okay? It is what it is. I mean, they're giving little fake penis puppets for, like, little girls that their parents... Yeah, a knitted penis for extremely small girls to wear in their pants if their parents believe them to be transgender. It is intended for girls so young that they advertise the product in a fucking diaper. And what does this have? Like a little... Of course, look. It's got, like, Bugman insignias on it. Is this gonna load? Look at this. That's the Flash, right? They're using the Flash to market penis puppet, like gender dysphoric, autogynephilic, knitted penis puppets to little girls that their parents think are boys. Man, oh man, oh man. This person here, Kink Shamer Pagliacci, is that how you pronounce that? The entire purpose of a prosthetic penis is if a trans-identified female has some sort of genital anxiety, they can wear it to alleviate their dysphoria. Exactly. Why would a very small diaper-wearing child have any concerns, anxieties, or even awareness of their genitals? I just said it before. It's because these are the concerns of, like, neurotic, creepy, like, city kind of people. Like, people in their late 20s or, like, younger, maybe a little bit older, but in that age range who are going around, like, hooking up, getting wasted, going to college or working in the university, that sort of thing. They're probably, honestly, they're probably a lot of teachers, social workers. Like, they're in government and in corporate America, dude. It's fucking gross, dude. Don't know who needs to hear this. Mostly conservative boomers who don't know how to use Twitter, but I know how to make these, and I'm outraged by them. Oh, okay. Oh, they're fucking laughing at this, or yelling at this dude. Because they're dumb. Yeah. Somebody should probably be arrested for that, in my opinion. I mean, the conservative GOP establishment would probably call that, you know, they probably call that, like, the free market or something. Well, may not like it, but as long as I don't have to pay for it via taxes or something. You guys see the Pantene shampoo trans commercial? I think I posted that in my Telegram. Hold on, let me try to find that. Yeah. Sheesh, let me watch this. Oh my god. This is horrid. Yes, the corporations are pushing this on kids.
Sawyer is
openly.
an old soul. She is our spunky and creative kiddo.
Gross.
Sawyer also happens to be a transgender girl.
Nope.
I remember the first time she was out in the community wearing the clothing she wanted in her hair, and she kind of was herself. And that was the first day where I saw her.
Ugh. Dude, I mean, I've heard a lot of people call this like, you know, they bring up vegan vegan dogs and cats and stuff like that. This is, I mean, obviously so much fucking worse. It's like physical and symbolic, you know, metaphorical mutilation. It's like just mutilation of all sorts.
She has always been super gender creative, and hair has been a big part of her transition.
Yikes,
Once
dude.
she told us that she identified as a girl.
This person is going to be found like hanging in a closet by hair. Like that's
She
so fucked up,
immediately
dude.
wanted to grow her hair out.
It made me feel good and confident, and it made my insides match my outsides.
This was a kid who knew who she was from such a young age. And as a mom, you always worry about your kids being loved and accepted. So
Dude, it's like, how about we conform to something that's rational, right? We want to be accepted, but for good things, for rational things, for constructive things. You know what I mean? This is just straight up Pantene Pro V pushing transgenderism on the youth culture via their corporate influence and power and hegemony. I mean, that's just what this is. This is just open, brazen corporate pandering of autogynephilia and autogenital mutilation, chemical castration, junk medicine, kooky, new agey, granola munching, coastal elite, rainbow flatulating, hippy dippy fucking nonsense. But it's mainstream, like.
Always
I
telling
can't believe
Sawyer
this.
to never hide who she is. Always be herself. Never be afraid to step out and exist as the person that she is.
Our family motto is everybody loves everybody no matter what path you follow. It means I can
Unless they're like a straight white male who's conservative, I
be
guess.
who I am no matter what. It doesn't matter because everybody loves me. My advice is just be yourself.
So, like, you by the way, you heard the lady using a term like gender creative. It's like, okay, you hear stuff like that, the up-talking, vocal fry, the pandering, like, the kind of language that you only get on, you know, on certain hashtags on Instagram or TikTok or something, or maybe previously Tumblr before they took the tranny porn off.
And don't let anybody tell you who you are.
This is sketch, dude. That is so, dude. That's so fucked. Like, real OGs remember a time before that, before corporate pandering of cutting peepees. Let's get on this a little bit of we'll jump around to a bunch of different stuff here, but I saw this. Canada is handing out fucking tickets because I mean, I'm just thunderstruck. They're handing out tickets for handshaking.
Now this is an administrative penalty notice.
Oh, for what? Yeah.
This is for shaking hands with the public.
No way.
Fail to maintain a distance of at least 2 meters from another person. Section bylaw 2164, section 2.1.
Ordinance.
Once again, your options are on the back. Voluntary payment, or you have the option to be with an officer, and you can argue. Okay?
So that's strictly just for shaking hands with someone?
For shaking hands, not maintaining 2 meter distance.
Okay, so for the record, can I get your name and badge number?
Officer District number 370.
370, thanks. Lee, supervisor here, guys, as always.
Yikes, dude. I mean, that's psychotic. You know? You were getting tickets from busybody fucking cops in Canada for shaking hands. Like, this is how crazy the lies and COVID hysteria is going. You know, on top of, like, I thought it was fucking insane that they're bribing people with, like, junk food. Did you see that they're bribing people? Okay, so on top of just crazy tyrannical nonsense and the impending, like, vaccine passports and stuff, the bribing of people with food. like junk food and unhealthy habits to take this fucking vaccine. They're doing it to kids now. Cool.
Oh, there we go. Now, I think now it's working. Yeah, this is Ines with you at Nathan Phillips Square, where hundreds of people are lining up at the moment to get their vaccines. This is the kids event.
Cringe, dude.
They
like a fucking COVID vaccine ice cream social, dude. Like with the frilly branded masks and everything. This is how you know that people really deep down are taking this seriously, you know?
The story here in general, which actually brought out a lot of people, a lot of interest.
Not just lying, you know?
From the concerned health side, is that the kids are being encouraged to come. Families, everyone's encouraged to come, of course, here, but they're encouraged with ice cream and toys, is the impression. This was the way that this was marketed, and as you can see, there's a lot of families and kids here, sure. There's actually younger, below 18-year-old kids. Like, look at these guys in front of me right here. They're not here with anybody. Actually, well, that was their mom. There's a few groups here. Yeah, there's another group there. They're not here with their parents. They're just sort of high school kids, high school age kids, and they're here on their own volition. And that's what it seems like these rules are doing right now, is that they're saying kids can come in here without parental consent. And
I don't care if it's with parental consent or not. The parents consent. We just watched how parents consent to lying about their kids' gender identity and all that crap because of Pantene Pro V fucking shite. I don't care about parental fucking consent, dude. These parents are clearly not right in the head, regardless.
Just sign up for a jab.
Dude, a lot of these parents fucking, let's go on a parent rant, dude. Parents need to be fucking CPS'd, man, you know? And then re-educated.
You know? And this is, of course, very upsetting for a lot of us here. And we can imagine that it's upsetting for the viewers at home.
Yep.
Can you guys hear me? Okay? I think you guys can. I'm not yelling too loud.
Yeah, so they're just bribing people with, like, Krispy Kremes and fucking, you know, soft serve ice cream for health consciousness. It's all lies, dude. Just parading around, being stupid. Parading our stupid fatness around. This was pretty white-pilling, though. This Fox News segment a couple days ago on Tucker.
What has all of this isolation done to children? Well, until now, we've had to guess about that. But tonight we're hearing firsthand from a 10-year-old. His name is John Provenzano. He lives in Martin County, Florida. He spoke the other day at a school board meeting to describe what being forced to wear a mask has done to his life. Watch.
I love my school and all, but my teachers seem really stressed, and that makes me feel bad. One teacher walks around with a clipboard full of referrals for any student whose mask isn't on properly. It makes me feel scared. That same teacher yells at us having our masks down to drink water while we are outside in Carline.
I have always hated teachers. I don't understand the veneration that we give teachers in society. I've never understood it, dude. I think teachers need to be fucking, like, rebuked. You know, we need to shove some teachers into some lockers, you know, along with the lab coats.
She told us we had to wait until we were in our parents' car to have a drink of water. She had her mask down the entire time while she was yelling at us.
Dude, that kid has... that kid kind of has, like, a Tucker affectation. She had her mask. He watches Tucker, dude.
Very mad. This happens a lot. And it seems unfair teachers take their masks off while they yell at us kids and that we need to pull ours up. My mask also sticks to my face when it's really hot, and it makes it hard to breathe.
Yeah.
I feel like I can...
Oh, you know who else can't breathe? The Black Lives can't breathe. You know, I know somebody at home is saying that. And here's the thing. I mean, if you want to suffocate kids who are not affected by this disease in school all day, make them depersonalize, have them sit in these stupid little plastic dividers, have them like stand 6 feet apart in line waiting for lunch or recess or whatever because you're just a lying, dumbass, progressive idiot who doesn't look into things properly. I think that you're just straight garbage. And I think that, you know, basic human empathy and compassion and facts and science basically demonstrate all that.
I can't catch my breath, and that makes me feel claustrophobic and anxious. It's really...
Yeah, I mean, like, these kids are killing themselves, and the kids are getting addicted to drugs and probably porn and junk food and just being isolated, and It's probably not, and in a lot of different school districts, there's probably no sense of community at this point for the past year. Like, it's probably just felt like these kids live in bubbles. Their faces must just be so blank, dude. You know?
Stressful. I finished taking all of my FSAs and I had a hard time focusing with a mask on. A few weeks ago, I ran into my teacher outside of school. She didn't even recognize me.
Yep.
Because she's never seen my face before.
Depersonalization.
But I knew it was her because she sits at her desk a lot without the mask on. I know my teacher has asthma and everything, but I understand why it's hard for her to wear a mask. And I think she should have that choice.
Yep.
But I should too. I have allergies, and I feel really anxious with my face covered. But I'm not allowed a mask break like her. It seems unfair. All this seems unfair, and it doesn't make sense.
Dude, hell yeah. At least there's some kids that are going to stand up and be critical thinkers, and the teachers union is going to make life hell for kids like this, and they probably already are. I remember just, you know, like as a whatever it was, spurgy ADD kid going through the school system, I never had a good run of it, dude. Like, I always had a hard time with it, and I can't even fucking imagine going through school right now because I would know that it was all bullshit. Like, if I was 10, 11, 12 years old right now, I'm pretty sure that I'd be smart enough to know it's all bullshit, and I'd be suffering right now. I'd probably be snarky with the teacher. I'd probably get referrals and detention and demerits and shit. You know, I'd probably get put on like 9 different drugs or something, dude, and like who knows what they do to the kids these days when they disobey, you know, like when they like speak out against like feminist crap in the schools too. Like, what happens to boys when they do that, you know? That's another reason why I want to get more cameras in classrooms for well, I don't know if the page is up anymore, but Film Your Marks Professors. That was an awesome resource.
The way things used to be. I'm scared they'll never go back to normal. Breathing freely doesn't seem like something we should have to ask any other people for permission for.
Hell yeah.
We don't put a lot of children on this show, any actually, but John Provenzano seemed like an extraordinary 10-year-old, and so we are happy to be joined by him tonight along with his father, Mike. Thanks both coming on tonight. I appreciate it. You're brave to do it, and we're the beneficiaries of it.
Actually stunning
John,
brave.
I want to ask you first. You said that wearing a mask makes you feel anxious. Tell us what you do feel like when you have to wear it at school.
Well, when I have to wear it at school, it almost like builds up stress in me. I'm like, wait, what do I do? It's like, who's this? Who's that? It's like, I don't recognize anybody.
Mm-hmm. Disorienting.
Really?
And you said later in your talk, and we didn't play it, but it was, I thought, the most poignant part. You said you saw one of your teachers outside of school and she didn't recognize you. She didn't know what you look like.
Yeah. Exactly. Because we're stuck in a classroom while wearing a mask for 7 hours a day. So she's actually never seen me or any of my classmates' faces before, so when I bumped into her at a school, I said, "Oh, hi." And she's like, "Oh, wait, that's you?" And I'm like, "Oh,
yeah. I hate teachers, man.
Me." And she's like, "Oh, hi, John. I really don't see your face because all I see is just your eyes."
Dude, this is a full-on anti-teacher platform. I think teachers use this COVID ruse, this scamdemic crap to leverage, they use the kids to leverage more gibs for themselves, more pay, you know, more benefits, more programs are like for the youth and the Blakes and the Womans, but it's, you know, it's just obviously just one big power and cash extraction. You know, that's all it is. That's all it ever was. It's all the fucking Democrat Party and, like, by extension, bankster class financed fucking teachers union is about. It's just fucking horrible, man.
Oh, that is so
and that's your tax money too.
Why do you think they're making you wear a mask? Do they tell you?
Probably to allegedly keep us safe, but I just don't see any science behind it. I don't see the science behind the masks work.
Do they ever explain the science to you?
No.
No, just do it.
They just simply tell us, just wear it. It keeps you safe. Just wear it. That's all they tell us.
It doesn't,
Do they
though.
yell at you? What do they say? When
like, how does it keep you safe? It's like a disgusting, snotty petri dish on your face. How that doesn't...
Sometimes. Oh, they literally say, I'm done. Put your masks on because you're being disrespectful to all of us teachers who have to work really hard. And I'm like, well...
You should be disrespecting these teachers. Good. That's why, okay, like, damn. Parents who don't have an instinct, dude, parents should have an instinct to side with their kids over teachers that talk shit about their kids all the time. Like, if you have a teacher that's trying to, like, brand your kid as, like, a behavioral problem or something, you should probably tell the teacher to go fuck themselves, like, 9 times out of 10. Also, you're being disrespectful. And that I remember that was like a mark they could put on your report card. I remember that. Disrespectful to authority or disrespectful to teachers, which basically just, again, it means that you're a spurgy kind of like, you know, Ritalin kid who asks too many questions that are too logical and too, you know what I mean, too data, like too robotic, like too logical for these women who shouldn't fucking be in the workplace to begin with. But that's a whole other podcast.
Hard too. It's almost 100 degrees outside. We're in cloth masks, and you expect us not to be hot and complain? It's just insanity.
This nicely put, and also narcissistic. So, Mike, I have to ask you: has the school ever communicated to you why they're doing this? The chances, of course, of a 10-year-old dying from COVID are much lower than being, eaten by lions. So, have they explained why they're doing it?
No, Tucker. I mean, I started asking the basic question with my wife. At what point do we end this mask mandate and get to mask optional?
I guess when white people do things that Blakes have been doing for the past year over frivolous things, except over things that are legitimate. In Minecraft.
So I started asking questions with the principal and ran up the chain to the school board, and there was no apparent answer. There's no objective evidence. They hadn't looked at this for over 7 months from when they did the school reopening plan. So it became apparent to me that no one was really looking at this. And if this should be the most important thing. We're talking about the health and well-being physically and psychologically of our children.
Yeah,
and it seemed like no one was paying attention to it.
This is also peak conservatism. Is like, I'm sure this guy has some inclination or inkling that schools in general are kind of lefty indoctrination camps for kids, and to give like useless women like busy work to make them feel involved in society. And they're basically just daycare centers for other women that are irresponsible with their families and stuff. Same with daycare centers. It's amazing to me that like so-called conservative men are sitting here like begging to get their kids back in school, seeing what the teachers are doing, making their kids wear the mask. It's like, why even? I mean, I don't know. It's like this segment is it's sad that a segment like this is quote unquote white pilling, I guess is what I'm trying to get to, because this is barely any sort of real response,
managing the situation in terms of
compared to what's
when do
needed.
We actually get to mask optional? When does that happen?
Did the principal and the teachers and the school board welcome your questions as a father?
I mean, we get 3 minutes at a public meeting to comment. There's no dialogue, so there's no transparency. They quote that they're following the science, but they haven't provided one scintilla of what that science is that they're relying on to make the basis of this decision to keep the kids mandated in masks when everyone else in the state of Florida, we have a great governor, is saying, let's get life back to normal. When can it return back to normal for the kids? Why is the school exempted from this, and why can they make their own rules, which is counter to everything? Now you're hearing from the CDC finally, and our governor.
Dude, let's just be honest. These are psychotic wine cat ladies who are torturing a lot of little boys that they don't like and trying to demoralize them so they're more susceptible to this like critical race theory, read anti-white theory, anti-male feminist fucking theory, fucking indoctrination, dude. So that they're more susceptible to the founding fathers are racist, like that whole fucking crap. Which is, you know, viewers that are a little bit older know that like that stuff is way more ubiquitous and way more hardcore today than it was when we were going to school, right? This kid, or kids this age, are getting just completely lobotomized, dude. Like, and
commissioner,
guys like this are like, well, we have some concerns about sending our kids to a lefty indoctrination center where he's forced to wear a disgusting, snotty petri dish over his face for no scientifically sound reason. Now, we have some questions and concerns about the science rather than, like, you know, doing something way more, I don't know,
of education.
Fed.
Our school board is making this decision all on their own without any transparency or even rationale for why they continue to do this.
So my producers are telling me that we have video of you, I think today, possibly yesterday, at the school board meeting, and it shows the kind of reception that you got.
Right.
Okay.
It looks like you're being asked to leave.
I was. You know, I was, you know, trying to wrap up my comments, and they asked me to.
Okay, maybe this guy's a little bit more hardcore than I was giving him credit for. So, 'cause he's actually going there and like, maybe it's a little bit too spicy for TV.
He told me that I was trespassing, which I think, from what I've heard, means I'm going to be banned from speaking at future school board meetings. They don't like the message. They don't like the criticism. They don't like it when someone asks questions and tries to hold them accountable for the safety and well-being of 18,000 students and 2,000 staff members.
Mm-hmm.
Our school district has a positivity rate of less than 2%. Our entire county was less than 5% for the month of March. Do we have to get to zero? Yeah. And for how long do we stay at zero? When does this insanity end? This all started with.
And you're the father. You have a right to.
All this stuff happens because whites don't riot.
Ask about your child.
In Minecraft.
Absolutely. What's more important than the health and safety of our child?
Nothing. And most parents just sit passively and let their kids be hurt by these lunatics. I have to ask you one last question, John. You said in.
These women would rather, like, go, I don't know, kick it at some dive bar and get wasted, I don't know, party, hook up, pursue their career, you know what I mean? Pursue materialism and hedonism. They'd rather, and drop their kids off at daycare and school. They don't care about the masks. They've convinced themselves that it's all correct, it's all kosher. Well, it is kosher. Oy vey, oy gewalt, oy gefilte fish. They've convinced themselves of this. Or they lie. They don't care. They're negligent. Tucker's right. They're just letting their kids be hurt by these lunatics.
Your talk to the school board, which
why?
I'm grateful,
How?
That you delivered, that you were confused because you were yelled at for pulling your mask down to drink water, but your teachers, as they were yelling at you, had pulled their masks down.
Yep.
What did that make you think?
It's ridiculous. I mean, we have plenty of videos of the protesters fucking doing that. You know, they'll pull the fucking rioters. They'll pull their mask down to yell some stupid shit at you, some threat of cancel culture, and then they'll put the mask right back up.
I was like, is this the school policy? Are they allowed to take their masks off?
Yes.
Well, we're taking our masks down to get a drink of water. Is that the new policy? No, I don't think so. So a lot was just going through my head. It's like, what do you guys mean? You have your mask down when we have our mask down to drink water, and you're yelling at us to.
The big, fat, disgusting teacher probably had to take the mask down in order to, like, Rancor or, like, T-Rex style scream at this poor little kid for taking a mask down for, like, a millisecond, you know. I fucking hate teachers, dude. I think that, it's an intellectual position to oppose teachers. They're just glorified prison guard turnkeys. I've been saying it for years, man. They administer just, like, propaganda and just drugs, apparently. I mean, or that's it. Like,
but I hope when yours isn't.
Now just, like, mask enforcement and mask conformity and propaganda. It's just.
There's no logic.
What's that called? Hypocrisy, right?
Hypocrisy.
It's hypocrisy.
Yeah. They don't like it when a lot goes through your head. You are a skeptical young citizen, and I hope there are millions more like you. John and Mike, thank you for coming on tonight.
Yeah, that's pretty based. But anyway, let's get on to a DNDo video request. Go to my subscribe star if you want me to watch some stuff on here. But anyway, this is that really hilariously based fucking preacher who, you know, also, back to the question of like, well, why are these leftists and liberals allowed to do everything? Well, because maybe there's not enough guys like doing stuff like this, okay?
It's on.
Let's watch a few of these guys' videos. This guy's
Guys, the reason for the season is Jesus Christ. Santa is a lie. Jesus Christ died on the cross for your sins. Jesus Christ, the way, the truth, the life. You don't even know if that Santa's a registered sex offender or not. You don't even know. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
There's kids here.
I know. I'm trying to protect and help the kids. I'm a normal Christian trying to warn you guys that Jesus Christ throws people that do adultery into hell. Adulterers, pornography, those are things.
Yo,
what?
based.
It doesn't matter. I'm sharing Jesus. You guys are all like a bunch of Antifa. Relax. Gosh. Santa's a lie. It's not true. It's a total lie. Oh, it's a lie, guys.
Dude's like the guy in Mallrats. There is no Easter Bunny. There's just a guy in a suit. You know what?
Get the hell out of here. What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you parents that are putting them on a stranger's lap? A stranger with a beer.
Dude's getting the chubs on your kids, dude.
You guys don't love your
You're gonna need to
kids.
put a fucking mask on soon to catch your fucking teeth.
Are you gonna
do that in front of those kids again and see what the hell happens?
What's gonna happen?
Yo.
Exactly what's
No, nothing's gonna happen.
Fuck outta here.
No, you get out of here. Gonna
That's
go
right.
straight to hell with your blue mask. God's not mocked. God's gonna burn you parents in hell without Jesus Christ. You better repent. You better repent. God's not mocked.
Amen.
Yeah, so you see the purpose of those masks is so that any random motherfucker can be mobilized into an Antifa psycho and rebuke the rebukers, dude. You know? Just like that other dude, that Savage Audits guy that I was covering, who went through White Lives Matter. He was getting, like mobbed up practically by those motherfuckers too. Like, it's for the George Floyd rioters. And it's just to turn everybody into a fucking psycho fucking leftist, dude. Same dude.
We're here to fight. We're here to preach Jesus. It's you guys that have issues.
Here to pop
You need Jesus.
You need Jesus. What's up?
You got a couple back there. Come on. What's up, Mr.
Is that how you solve all your problems? How's that been working for you, man?
And I wish I would take a press against whatever the fuck they want to do.
No, I'm not here to sue you. I don't want your meal code, okay?
She's on
We're
fleek.
here to tell you that Mohammed lied to you.
She's like welfare rich, dude. Look at that chick.
You got preached to grown up. You probably got the grandma praying for
Oh,
you.
are they kind of trying to ambush him? What are
Just
they
surrender to
doing?
God. Just surrender to Jesus.
Why are you so mad?
Give me off that camera. You don't have my consent, bitch. You don't have no consent to record.
Oh, they think that's how it works.
John 3:3. Jesus said you must be born again. Hebrews 12:14. No holiness, no heaven. 1 Peter 1:15. Be holy as the Lord is holy. John 3:36. He who has the Son has life. He who does not have the Son does not have life, but the wrath of God abides upon him. Proverbs 23:27. A whore is a deep ditch. Wow, that's all you got, huh?
You were saying the same thing over. That's all you got.
I didn't say that everybody mother's here's a whore. I didn't say that everybody's girlfriend's a whore. What I said is that many of you are dating whores, and many of you don't want to. Many of you don't want to do anything. You don't want to marry your girlfriend.
If it weren't for these greats, this dude would have Clarence just like hammer smash this dude's face with his,
Respect your nut ass badge. Don't do shit.
We don't need.
with his, double hammer, like Jax over here from Mortal Kombat would be able to just absolutely pound this dude's face into burnt lasagna.
You need to respect us. We need you to respect Jesus Christ.
And with the black Keisha in the background over here, like, basically, in her mind, it's the cop's job to remove this dude, right? Because she's just crazy and violent and stupid, and also has seen lots of examples of cops doing that to people. Why did boomers allow this to happen to us?
And obviously, if you don't respect the law, you go to jail. That's on you, though. Oh, I preach here all the time. 5 years straight I've been preaching here, man. This corner, that corner, and that corner.
That's down.
Jesus Christ trying to save you, man.
Repent of your sins, man. It's Jesus Christ. He has a plan for you.
Surrender to Jesus, man.
I got a plan for you. It's Jesus.
Oh, okay, he's heartbroken. He's not.
It's God convicting you, man. It's the Spirit of God.
Going to heaven anyway. Why you got the barricade? I can tell.
White guy, you can leave now.
No, I'm all right. Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
It's heaven or hell.
He's Blake.
You've got those demons. Death threats don't hurt us, man. We've had all sorts of crazy things happen.
I think, you know, doesn't Jesus like kind of transcend the whole idea?
Jesus Christ.
Doesn't even
What does
know.
it profit a man to gain the world and lose his only soul?
You're about to lose your soul.
So? I go to heaven. You go to hell. Oh yeah, fake Christian. You're worse than ISIS.
Why is he going to hell?
on my face.
You're a fake Christian. That's
Get that camera on my face.
Why are you there then?
Get that camera on my face. You don't have my consent to be on video.
As you approach the camera, I love this, and again, like on fleek.
Get the camera on my face.
Shibu and Cyclops.
Judgment Day. I'll tell you that right now.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to hell though. Company's better. I'm going to hell for fucking.
In hell, there's nothing there.
Fun right here, right now.
There's no beer in hell.
There's you.
There's no joints in hell. There's no orgasm in hell.
There's a backwood in there.
There's no music in hell. Just fire. Just weeping, wailing, gnashing of teeth.
Jesus Christ. Surrender.
Is he implying that in heaven there's joints, orgasms, and titties just all the time? Is that how it works?
Man, surrender to God.
Tons of beer.
The living God who made heaven and earth, man. Jesus Christ rose from the dead. He's the only way to heaven. He's the only way to heaven. Because he rose from the dead. He was innocent. He was innocent, man. There's some innocent people out there. He was innocent, and they hung him to a cross, and he died on the cross for you, and he rose from the dead. But you spit on Jesus.
So he's like, you break my heart, man, but he's like ready to just wild out. He needs this fucking. This is just such a disturbing display to me, and wow.
You don't respect the Son of God who died
He's
for
ready
you.
to pound.
Do you have any problem with any other religions?
Check the list, young guy. Okay, Johnny? Check the list, Johnny.
Jesus Christ can save you, man. Repent of your sin.
I'm in recovery right now, bro. Why are you talking about Jesus Christ?
Because that's the way to recovery.
It's not a 12-step program, man. It's one step.
Like seriously, not
You bow to Jesus, and you're instantly set free of all drugs and alcohol, man.
You gotta yell.
That's how it works.
like
We're
seriously.
right fucking here. Nobody else listening to you. We right here. No need to use the megaphone.
Hold on, I'm gonna turn it down.
About what you're saying.
I'm gonna turn it down a little bit because
what?
I'm not harming you.
I'm not harming anybody, but you really, really want to. And if that barricade and this dude and the cops were not there,
I'm actually not trying to preach to them.
I just can't imagine, like, why would your unrelenting, uncontrollable urge to just hammer this dude? Why? Just. Jax reminds me of a dope addict here, says Green Knight. A little.
Across the street. I'm just trying to preach to you guys and you guys. Megaphones are a great invention. Why do you listen to an iPod or CD player?
Who uses a megaphone for?
I use megaphones.
That's because you're old bitch living in the past.
All of the presidents use megaphones, and BLM uses megaphones. Lots of people use megaphones.
A lot of people.
Yeah. The issue is not the megaphone, it's that you're convicted in your heart because of your sins, man. Because of your bad condition in your heart. You got a heart condition, man. You need a heart transplant. You need Jesus Christ to give you a new heart. You're going to go back into remissions again. You're going to go in more circles again and again without the Lord Jesus. At some point, you got to just say enough's enough, man.
He's a little closer. He's a little closer.
He kept you alive this long. How many times were you almost going to die?
You've been, man, I almost died a few times.
I almost died a few times. I got saved when I was 23 years old, man. 23, I was headed to hell. Jesus Christ can save you.
I love street preachers now, dude.
You're just an evil man.
I love the fire and brimstone, dude.
Repent. Are you a fag?
Am I what?
Homo.
So you're using
A sodomite.
So you're a speaker of God, but now you're using.
Well, they call them rectum rippers. They got all sorts of names for them. It's not natural. It's not natural. It's not natural to play with poo-poo, okay? Okay? What's your question?
So you're a speaker of God, right?
Yeah, I'm a preacher.
But now you're using slurs.
Slurs? Sticks and stones break my bones.
Pretty much just call me a faggot.
You want me to pray for you, young man?
I'll pray for you right now. Yeah, we just pray that you don't go to hell.
Oh, here we go. This is based right here.
Plead the blood of Jesus over him. Open his eyes right now, God, in Jesus' name. God can change you, man. Just surrender. Just surrender, man.
Feel the Holy
Surrender
Spirit.
to Jesus. Just read that Bible. Makes all the difference in the world. You think there's a respect of persons when God saved my miserable life? I was wicked going to hell. I was never a fag, though. I was never a homo.
So you're still calling him a slur.
What's going on?
Or you never answered the question. Are you homo or not, man?
Are you a bitch or not? Are you a racist or not? Are you about to get fucked up or not?
Whoa.
No.
Keep that in mind on the way out. Okay.
That's a threat.
What's going on? Hey,
Cops don't care. The cops are just like chilling over here.
Is that premarital hand-holding right there?
This dude, premarital hand holding. Wow. Yeah, your woman tries to corrupt you by like premarital hand holding. You gotta rebuke that bitch, alright? I want to keep it going with at least one more of this guy. Homeschooler virgin rebukes hood rats. Let's fucking go.
Bunch of hoes.
I preach hard now.
Oh no. Hoes mad. Hoes mad.
Not okay to be a gay homo. Not okay. Are you a guy?
You said what?
You a guy?
You said what? You said what? I know you said
If you girls like, if you like girls so much, then why do you dress like a guy?
Would you stop?
That's what I don't get. If you like girls so much, then why do you dress like a guy?
Why do you care?
No, because you know it's supposed to be a man and a woman. That's why one of you bucks up to try to dress like a girl, act like a guy. You're still a girl. You act like a guy. Not really. You don't do that great of a job of acting like a guy. Just because you think you're a guy and you act like a guy doesn't mean you're a guy.
You too young to even know what the fuck you like. You too young.
You with the golden ass glasses, you're going to hell.
You're going to hell. You're going to hell.
You're going to hell. Jesus Christ is the only way. You must repent if you want to go to heaven. You must stop your sin if you want to go to heaven. You gotta give up the STDs if you want to go to heaven. You cannot be a prostitute if you want to go to heaven.
Yeah, these captions are really
You
not
gotta
working
stop
out.
being hateful if you want to go to heaven. You cannot be a murderer. You cannot be a whoremonger. And be a lesbo, definitely. No lesbo. No gay. Anyways, we're not here to hand you a water bottle. We're not here to tell you you're going to heaven for being a homo. We're not here to do that. We're here to warn you. Because if we tell you you're going to hell, you're going to know you're going to hell, therefore you can avoid it. You can avoid it by stopping your sin. Stopping your sin. Stop being a lesbo. You guys are just going
Stop the
to
lesbo.
yourself.
Hashtag stop the lesbo.
What is wrong with you guys?
Lesbos must be stopped.
It's even worse.
But no, I mean, kind of.
You know what happens to the black people? It's not the whites against the blacks. It's the blacks on blacks.
Yo.
There's so much black on black violence in America today. So much black
Small
on
hat
black
on
violence.
everyone violence.
That was one incident right there. You guys don't just hate the Christians, you hate each other. You're against each other. Why so many times you black people shoot up your own neighbors?
Yo.
That wasn't black people.
You don't just hate the white people, you hate everybody.
That wasn't black people that did that. It was white people.
You're not just loving
to
to one side. You
think that
you
the
hate
black
everybody.
people cannot get along. That
Yeah,
wasn't
right.
black people. That was the media.
You didn't just see that?
That was the
Me
media
saying
that
about
just
white
did
people,
that.
dude.
What happened in there? What happened?
A white guy yelled gun. So they can go on the news and make it seem like this wasn't successful.
You really said that.
I got it on film. You'll see it tonight. You will see it tonight.
Whoa.
You're going to hell. Y'all are the
Gosh.
And I pray that
You white guys out there.
And
You murderers out there. You homo murderers out there. You homo murderers. The next guy.
They are. I mean, dude, like, this might be considered fire and brimstone by a lot of people, but it's kind of true, dude. Leftist ideology, it all stems from, like, killing babies, molesting babies, genitally mutilating babies, genitally mutilating, like, young kids, genitally mutilating mentally ill people with autogynephilia and autogenital mutilation ideation. It seems like pretty much everything they do, it stems from or leads to those things, right? I mean, killing babies, mutilating babies, like, it's pretty much everything. It's a cult, sacrifice.
That might be the next guy to yell gun. He's a homo. Then he might yell gun next. I wouldn't be surprised if him and his dogs are planning something right now. What are you planning, homo? You planning to nuke the community? Is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to take out the community with AIDS, with viruses and diseases? That's not okay. What happened there is not okay. But it happens just as much with the blacks on blacks.
These guys are heroes, man.
It happens just as much. Black people shooting black people. It's not just the white people that do it. You can't be racist, people. Just because some white guy yells gun doesn't mean you hate all white people. That doesn't mean you can be racist. Don't be a Muslim. That's why I said it. Don't be a Muslim. Come and read the What I wonder so much is why you Muslims are so bad at driving. Why were you Muslims only be allowed to drive like a few years ago? Why? I don't understand.
Dude, these guys are roasting.
If you with your burkas on, you're almost like the Chinese. You can barely see. It's like a little slit, so you can barely see out of it.
Whoa!
Now I understand.
Disavow. You hear that, Susan?
The hajib. So just take the hajib off, quit being a Muslim, and then you can drive safely.
Hey, here's some
Hey, you might drive into a building, Muslim.
Here's some Bible. Here's some Bible.
She's Muslim. She's Muslim. I was just wondering why they were just allowed to drive a few years ago. Why? Because they have those hajibs with the little slits. Kind of like the Asians, they don't have a lot of vision. That's why they crash into things. They blow up the buildings, they crash into the McDonald's. They literally drive through the drive-through.
If you are Christian, you're not supposed to judge, right?
Judge evil.
You just made a judgment. You just made a judgment. If you say stop judging, shut your mouth. If you just judge me.
I'm asking. That's the question.
You're asking. What you ate this morning?
So tell me.
You judged.
Tell me.
You judge what you wear.
Tell me why. Tell me why. Why you feel like that?
You judge how to treat your parents.
You question why.
You judge over 100 times each day. You judge over 100 times each day.
We accept.
This guy, This is gonna be a rumble?
But we accept Islam, but you can't accept Muhammad.
Oh, there's one.
Are you serious?
I'm not your mom. Don't call me a bitch. Anyways, it's not okay to be a hoe. It's not okay to stick up the middle finger, homo. I know you're a homo. That's what homos do.
Why do you don't care if you're a homo.
You know what it means? It means F you. It means F you. F you. F you.
Why do you
F you, F you, F you, F you. That's what it means.
So what?
That's what it means, homo.
Okay. You don't even know.
You want to have sex with me, homo? That's not going to happen.
That's your book.
Not going to happen, homo.
You follow a racist.
You're not just going to jail if you try that. No teeth left for you. No teeth left for you. If you think some innocent minor is not going to know how to defend himself, then you're wrong. You're wrong. I'm not like Sandy. I can't protect myself. I'm not some innocent little, I love everybody, I'll give you a water bottle. No. If anything, you'd be lucky to go to jail. You'd be lucky to be alive. You'd be lucky to be alive.
God hates you.
I was raised in the ghetto. I was raised in the ghetto. You guys out there, you homos, you know what happened to the homos in the black community? Any homo, just ask the blacks. Just ask the blacks. What happened to the homos back then? What happened to the homos back then?
You got one person.
You homos got beat up. You homos got torn down.
You're not even accepted.
You got beat to the ground.
We accept you. We accept you.
Any homo into the black community,
Ruined you.
you're not even alive anymore.
You don't even feel that way. Look.
You might as well not even run.
What are they saying to you?
That's what happened to the homos.
Yeah, it's just like a bit much. I'm not gonna sit through this entire thing, but yeah, this group is pretty based. But yeah, whew. Let's play it out with this. I've had it with cringe. Subscribe, upvote the stream. Donate on Subscribestar and Bittrex. Addresses in the description. What the hell? Groiper Jams, what are you doing? Alright, peace out.
That's what your problem is in America.
shit ass. Go fuck yourself.
Women is right now. Women are
He's black. What the fuck are you doing?
What is wrong with you? That's what happens when you drink this. Being a woman is not a race. Another problem with you guys out there. Are you a freaking animal? What are you? Go back to Saudi Arabia. You want to speak so much? Go back to Saudi Arabia. You want to tell the real man? How much of a freaking coward are you? How much of a coward are you? Hit on another man. You know what my God's gonna do? No help for you. No help for you.